Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to do an unboxing and show you how to set up for the first time this Eureka robot vacuum. This is model number NER E10s. Okay, so here we have the self-emptying base, and here we have the robot, and here's everything that comes in the box. Let's talk about the robot and what comes with it. Okay, we get a little tool to help clean the robot once in a while. We get an extra mopping pad. We get side brushes. We have to install these side brushes. We've got the manuals. There was a protective film on here. Make sure you remove these side bumper cushions, one on each side. Now that front bumper should move freely. Now we're not going to turn it on yet. When we dock it, it's going to turn the unit on itself. Let's take a look. Take this off. Here's where this all comes assembled. I just want to show you there is a filter here. Once in a while, we are going to have to take this filter out. You can wash this and make sure you let it dry. You can let it dry in the sun and then put it back. There's a little thing here, and this has to be perfectly flush when you install it. Here's where you're going to put the water. Now you're not supposed to add any detergent, so you're just supposed to put water in here when you want to have the mopping action work. It does have a pump in here because we've got like an electrical connection in here that's going to pump the water out these little holes right here. And again, this is the dust bin. This is where, as it vacuums, everything's going to go in this dust bin. And then when it backs up to the self-emptying base, it's all going to empty out right here. All right, let's put that back. Now the mopping pad, you can take that on or off. There's these little buttons on the side right here, and it slides back. Here's the actual mop pad. You are going to have to clean this yourself. It's just held on with Velcro, and it's got a little track. You're going to slide it in and out of that track. So get the other one. I like that they give you a spare one, put one in the laundry, and then you've got one ready to go. Now putting in this, you got to put it in this little track, and you got to slide it. It can be a little tricky. All right. And then just, the water is going to come through these little holes. Okay, so you're simply going to slide this back on. Now the robot is able to lift this pad up and down and sense carpet. Just kind of slide it in like that. And it shouldn't force it. It'll make sure you hear both clicks. Now it can lift that mop pad up and down 10 millimeters, depending on if it senses carpet. So when it goes onto carpet, it'll lift the pad. When it's on hardwood floors or linoleum, it'll lower the pad and mop the floor. Now up top here, this is the LiDAR navigation. So we're going to have to be really careful of this area. There is something that turns in there that helps navigate it and map your house. It does have the bumper, and there are some sensors on the front. Now this is not going to take a picture of anything. And obstacle avoidance is really going to rely on this LiDAR navigation. So the obstacle really does need to be about 4 inches tall. It does have these sensors on the front that will avoid some things. But that LiDAR is about 3.5 to where it'll start sensing. And overall, the LiDAR is right at 3 3/4 tall. So this will go under a 3 3/4 inch tall thing, like a couch. On the side, there are some more sensors. Here's the reset button. If we ever need to reset it, we're going to put like a paper clip in there. All right, be careful. Let's flip it on its top, and always be careful of that LiDAR sensor. Here's our drive wheels. First thing we want to do is install the side brushes. We have a left and a right. They're color coded, dark purple. Just line it up, snap it on. Line this one up. There's a drive wheels. This wheel spins free. Here's the brush roller. You are going to have to open up this brush roller and clean this. It's got some really soft and kind of like some firmer bristles. But put the square drive in first and lower it down. There are no like combs or teeth to help get the hair off of it. But it does go together really well. Put the 3 little notches in up front and push it down till it clicks into place. Give it a lift. It should lift okay. Here is the carpet sense. So when it senses carpet, it'll raise the mop pad, and it can change the suction to a higher level. When it's on like linoleum or hardwood floors, it lowers the suction and lowers the mop pad. Here's you will have to clean these. These are fall off sensors, so it doesn't go down your stairs. But those are little windows, and they will need to be cleaned once in a while. Overall, the robot is about 13.5 inches wide. Okay, so this is the base unit. It's going to charge the robot and self-empty, and it's bagless. So everything's going to go into here when it backs up to it. It's going to evacuate everything into this. And then once in a while, you are going to have to lift this up, take this over to the trash can, press that button right there, and the bottom falls out. You press this button, the bottom comes out, everything comes out. Now, once in a while, you are going to have to clean. There are some filters in here. So press this button. You can see we've got, these are reusable. So this is like a foam filter. It will get pretty dusty. You can rinse it under the sink, but let it dry in the sun. And then once in a while, you are going to have to take this out. The nice thing about this is you can take this to the sink, you know, get this all really nice and clean, wash it really thoroughly, but make sure you let it dry really, really good. I like to put it in the sun and let it dry. When we're done, we're going to line up this little square rectangle notches right here. So those should fit down in there. We're going to put the filters in, put the handle down first, all the way. So that's easier to put the filters in this little cover, then put the cover down, then snap that into place. Now we're ready to put this back on the base station, and it just slides into a groove. Now around back, we do have a power switch. You're going to plug this in. The cord is permanently attached. The cord is 78 inches long, and it's 2-prong. We do have a filter back here. Once in a while, you are going to have to clean this filter also. Just release, pull the filter. Here's what it looks like. That is a HEPA filter. Push that back in. Again, there's a power switch here. Make sure it's in the line position. That's the on position. The 0 is off. Here's what the bottom of the base station. Now there are some Phillips screws here. You may have to take this little plastic cover off if something gets clogged in there. That's the path that it's going to empty out the robot with. So there is an option there. And I like that it's clear. You can see it. Now input is 120 volts, 60 hertz. Output is 1 amp. Now we're going to plug the base station in, and when you back this up, see these contacts, the charging, line those up, and that's going to turn the robot on. But first, let's get some measurements. So the robot, the base station sits about 17.5 inches. Now you do have to be able to lift it up about another 2 inches in order to get it out. In that little track. So with the robot connected, you're going to need about 22 inches front to back. So they do want the base station up against the wall. They want 1.5 feet clear on the left side of it and 5 feet in front of it. Okay, I've got mine plugged in. We're simply going to dock the robot. I'm not going to put any water in it because it needs to map my house. Now that button is on and it's playing a tune.
Please follow the instructions on your phone.
Now there is a little light on the base station to make sure you got the switch on. So the switch is on. These two are flashing. We're kind of in a setup mode. Let's download the Eureka app. Okay, here's the Eureka app. You are gonna have to log in with a username and password. Click the little plus button. So it'll start searching right away, and it found the new robot, so I'm just gonna hit add. Now it's only able to use the 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi in your house. Select the Wi-Fi that is yours. If you have to find yours, press this little arrow right here. Now input the password. Okay, so the robot is speaking to me, and it says it's connecting. It's going to go down and now give it a name. Okay, now this is like the home page. So here is the one that I've connected to, and it says it's charging. Now hit the enter button. Okay, so it does need to update. We're going to hit update now. So I will let you know how long this takes. Okay, so it does restart the robot after about 5 minutes. Okay.
Please wait.
Okay, that took about 5 minutes. And you should get a box that says okay. So here's what the home screen looks like. We need to start a mapping run. So let's create a new map. Start mapping. Okay, so it's going to undock itself and start map. Now kind of pick things up around your house, open the doors. If there's any cords laying on the ground, you may want to pick those up, or shoes. But it is creating a map now, and kind of stay away from it too. It's going to give you a live view of where it is and as it creates the map. It's pretty neat how it does this with that LiDAR navigation. Okay, so after it's done mapping your house, it actually vacuums and cleans your house while it maps. That does take quite a while. It's going to come back to the self-emptying base. It's going to auto empty everything, and now we got to edit the map. So it may or may not prompt you. It may have to clean your house a couple times before it prompts you to edit the map. But let's click on edit map right there. And so you're going to go in and give it different room names, edit the maps, add no-go zones. And that way you can do room by room cleaning, and it can stay away from areas that it's getting that it kind of gets wrapped up in cords or something. Okay, so I bought this with my own money. I spent $400 on it. Let's edit rooms. This is, they gave me the black version, and I did a review on it about a year ago, but I thought, no, I want to spend my own money and so I got the different color, and now I can give you my honest review. So I was not paid for this video, and I bought it with my own money, so I can say whatever I want. So far, so good. Again, it does take a couple times, so let's divide a room. So let's divide this room. I wish it mapped your house. All right, select the room, then hit divide. So we got to move this to divide the room now. So, and it needs to be solid. Hit the check mark. Instead, it cleans your whole house. I mean, it does a good job mapping. It just wants to clean it the entire time. Some robots will actually just map, and then they'll kind of update the map. So maybe this map will be a little bit more accurate because it's taking such a longer time. Now I want to divide this room. And hit the check mark. All right, now let's give them a name. Select, rename. That's the kitchen. Hit OK. This one is the living room. Hit OK. All right, I had to back out, hit edit map again. Let's go to customize no-go zone. So anywhere that it's getting into trouble, like there was some cords over here, I'm going to put a no-go zone. So I know this area right here, and I can make that however big or small I want. Hit a check mark. So I want it to stay out of that area. I can put a virtual wall. It's a line. Kind of put it right there. Now I can move it. And hit the check mark. So there's a virtual wall that won't go anywhere past this. Let's do a no mop zone. I know over here is carpet, but I want to check the carpet sensing capability. So I did put a no mop zone here. Okay, now when we go back to the home page, it shows all of this stuff overlaying the map. There's my different rooms. There's the previous cleaning. There's the charge. It's charging. I can clean by room. I can do a zone clean. So you have to add an area. Yeah. Click the little add button. Then it creates the zone, and now you kind of move it and you tell it what you want to do. So go back to room. I'm going to do room cleaning. We can collect the dust from here. That turns on the dust collection. All right, let's click here. Water level, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 water levels. Suction power, mop mode, carpet mode. So I want to adjust the suction power when it's mopped down while vacuuming, yeah. All right, let's go up here. Scheduled clean is going to be super important. Put this on a schedule to where it cleans your house at least 2 or 3 times a week. It's easier to go up there and tell it not to stop cleaning than to start cleaning. Cleaning history, this is where you're going to go in and see. This is where it cleaned earlier. Kind of shows you where it's been. Map management, you can do multiple floor mapping. So you could take this to the basement, map your bottom. So just create a new map, call it the basement. Voice, you can change and do the volume. So that's nice. Robot settings, do not disturb. This is super important. That was on by default. This thing will start in the middle of the night if you don't have that on. And there's reset factory settings. Automatic dust collection. Yeah, every 1 or every 3. So you could have it to where it only empties the robot every 3 or 5. Standard. Looks like you can do different dust collection modes. Quick, standard, or deep. Accessory. So this is when all the filters need change. They're going to give you time frames. And you're going to have to reset. So it gives you time. So you'll get a notification to let you know when it's time to clean the filter. I have found the filters, you need to clean those a little sooner, usually. Manual control, looks like we could move it. I don't know what that would be for. Manual, find my robot. You may need that once in a while. Device information, gigahertz. Firmware, I turned that to auto update on. Hopefully it'll do it during the night. You got the instruction manual. It takes you to a website. Frequently asked question, feedback, and plug-in version. So looks like there's, and again, when you go back, this is like your home page. You can just start it right from here. So when you want to connect this to your smart device, like your Amazon smart device, I'm not going to say the word, but if you want to connect it to that, so where you can just speak to your Amazon device, you're going to click this little picture up here, or and then you go into voice control. And it looks like it gives us 2 choices. And it tells you what you can do. Say the wake word, turn on vacuum, turn off vacuum. Let's hit connect. Okay, that was super simple. I hit connect, it opened up that app, and then it opened up the Alexa app, and then it just connected. Now it's connected. So that was simple. Okay, so I kind of just pulled the robot away, and now we're gonna put just water in here. Again, I think there's a pump in here. I can't really see it, but there's an electrical connection here. I think the pump's over here. So it's not gonna drip water when it's just sitting there with water in it. So getting this open can be a little tricky, but let's go put water right there. And again, we can see how this did. The auto empty didn't get everything, but it's doing a good, once in a while you are gonna have to clean this filter and that, so. All right, so if you tilt it over, you'll get more water in, it looks like. Now I can put more water in. Let's try that, yeah. Okay, now when I tilt it, it doesn't go anywhere. So now it's full. All right, reinstalled and then dock it. You could just press the dock button, but it's easy just to dock it. Okay, let's clean this room, this kitchen. And I want, let's just do standard suction. Yeah. And let's see how it does. And I do want to do 1 pass. If I could do 2, I could do 3 passes. Let's just do 1. And hit clean.
Start zone cleaning.
And it said zone, but it's doing room cleaning. Okay, so I've got some muddy paw prints. We've got some dirt. I've got some long hairs on this carpet. We're gonna see how well it does. Okay, so before, again, it's got the mop pad down. The floor is sort of wet. You know, there's no scrubbing action or anything with it. And then obstacle avoidance, you can see it kind of has to bump into things. It doesn't take a picture of anything. Now it does auto lift that mop pad and increase the suction. So it's doing a pretty good job vacuuming. actually doing a pretty good job mopping. I could have it set on 2 passes, but it does a better job of vacuuming. Yeah, if you've got muddy paw prints, you're going to want to have it mop the floor a couple times. But it's doing a pretty good job with the single pass for vacuuming. Now it's going back to the carpet. It's increasing suction. Now it doesn't have any kind of dirt detect. It can only just go in straight lines. It can't say, oh, there was a bunch of dirt here, now I'm gonna vacuum it more. But it did sense that carpet and increase the vacuum level, which I had to turn that on. Now I really do like how it gives you live updates. I love that it can see itself where it is on the actual. Now again, I didn't put a no mop zone. It's lifting the mop pad over there where that rug's at. Okay, so it's all done. It's coming back to charge now. Again, muddy paw prints, you're gonna wanna probably put that on 2 or 3 passes. But for everyday mopping, I think it's gonna do a pretty good job, but you're gonna have to take that mop pad off and clean it yourself. Okay, so let's see how it did. You don't have to do this. I just want to.
Install the dustbin.
We need to take the mop pad off, so press both those buttons. Here's the mop pad. Yeah, so I got to throw that in the laundry and clean that myself. And let's see how it did on the. Did it take? Yeah, it got everything out of there almost. There's a few things, and I still got quite a bit of water left. Okay, so I will put a link to this underneath the show description notes. Again, I paid $400. Now they like to say the retail is $600. It's always on sale though. Either it's on like a lightning deal or it's like a coupon. But this is a $400 vacuum. Never pay more than $400. If it goes below $400, that's a really, really good deal. Now $400 is the most I would pay for this. What are some things I like? So I do like the bagless feature. Once in a while, you'll be able to see when this is getting full. You take this over to your trash can, empty it out, and people do like to see your vacuum's working. Sometimes when they're in dust bags and we don't really see what's going on, we can wonder if it's actually doing a good job. But I do like being able to see it. Now, everything's reusable for a while. Those filters, you're going to be able to clean them. The one on the bag, the one in the robot, you're going to be able to clean. You have to let them dry, so there is maintenance to this. I consider robots that are used 2 or 3 times a week need about a monthly maintenance. If you only use it once a week, about every 2 months. But you're going to have to take it apart, clean the filters. You got to wipe the sensors down. Even the brush roller is going to get some hair wrap on it. This doesn't have any really technology to take the hair wrap off. Now, some other things, I love the app. I think the app works really well. I think it maps your house very well. No-go zones work great. I like the different functions. Now, this is not a super mopping vacuum. I consider these like they added the mop to a vacuum that normally vacuums. Now, it does a great job of vacuuming. The mopping, again, that's just some more work on you. You're going to take the pad off, clean it again. If I went over that 2 or 3 times, but again, it could be just smearing it too because it's just pushing down and moving. But for everyday mopping, these actually do a really good job. You come home and your floor is going to actually look clean as long as there's not huge messes. And I do like this color. Sometimes when they're in black, they can look kind of industrial, but this one does look relatively nice in the kitchen here. So I'm definitely giving this a thumbs up. I'm giving this a Just a Dad stamp of approval. $400. Again, they sell it in 2 different colors. I'll put links to both of them underneath the show description notes. Again, the original one, the black one, they did send that to me for free. I ended up doing a video on it. I was, you know, I probably would have said a few more things had they not given it to me for free. And they've updated the software. I mean, this thing's been around, I think, about a year now. They've done a couple updates. They've definitely improved things on it. It's actually a very nice vacuum cleaner. It's hard to find these bagless ones. Lots of vacuums that are really good have a bag, which I like those too. But if you don't want to have to replace the bag, then the bagless ones are a little harder to find. But it has LiDAR navigation. It's not gonna, if there is a big dog mess on the floor, like your dog throws up or has an accident, it's going to run it over. The technology for obstacle avoidance is very minimal. Like if there's a cable on the ground, it's gonna run it over. But if it's high enough to where the LiDAR can sense it and not move it, like if it bumps into it and keeps, it can, like if there's a shoe that's lightweight, it could just keep moving it. But, and those are just all in the more expensive robots. So for a $400 robot, this is actually pretty good for what you get. And again, I've not had any issues. I've had the black one running for a long time. I know, I just haven't had any issues with it. It just seems to work. And then one of the main reasons was I just wanted to do my honest review on this. I wanted to spend my own money and tell you, would I spend $400 on this? Yes, because I'm going to do a couple different videos. People are wanting to know, like, what's the best under $400 robot that does mopping and vacuuming. This is going to be in that video. And then I'm going to do under $300. You're pretty much getting into just vacuuming with the self-emptying base. And I'll do ones without the self-emptying base. But things are really changing in the market here with this LiDAR navigation. We're starting to see some $100 robots that have LiDAR navigation. And that's, in my opinion, that's just a game changer. And then I will also do the very expensive ones. So I'm getting ready. I'm going to compare this to the Q7. It does mopping. Here's the $1,900 X40, the Eufy X10 Pro Omni. That's a very good vacuum. I got videos on all of these, but these are expensive. That's an $800, that's a $1,900, that's $1,400. Q-Revo Max V X30. So a lot of these, you know, these do excellent job at obstacle avoidance, cleaning the mop pads, self-emptying. So if you could, hit a follow over on Instagram, and I have a Facebook group page and a Facebook page. Hit a follow there. I do free giveaways on those platforms. I really would appreciate the support on Facebook and Instagram. I'm also on TikTok. I kind of do behind the scenes and fun videos on all 3 of those platforms. So if you could hit a follow on all 3 of those, I really, really would appreciate it. Also be sure and check out, I've been doing lots of videos on Blink security cameras and Ring. I've got these display boards. I've been having a lot of fun. I've been learning about them and doing lots of how-to videos, how to set them up, which one's the best. These videos are over on my Just a Dad Tips YouTube channel. Just a Dad Tips. I have 2 YouTube channels. But I have one Amazon storefront. So all of these products, along with the vacuum cleaners, will be on my Amazon storefront. And I'm still doing reviews, comparisons, how to maintain all of these vacuum cleaners, the Roborox, the Eufy X10 Pro Omni, the X40 Dream, X30. Here we've got the L20, which is on sale right now. We've got Roombas. Just finished up doing a comparison between the Dyson vacuum cleaners. We've got the Tennicos here. We've got the Shark Mess Masters. That brand new Bissell Crosswave. Some more robots going under testing. We've got some more testing right here. We've got the i5, the Eufy L60, and the Shark AI. So again, I really appreciate everybody's support. If you could, please hit the like button and subscribe. Again, if you click on the links down below, the products won't cost you anymore, but I do get a small commission from the sale. That way I can continue to purchase these products and give you my honest review. I'm really hitting on a theme here that I love. I love what I do. I want to do the homework for you and tell you, would I spend this amount of money on this robot or this product or this Ring camera or whatever it is I'm reviewing? I want to buy it with my own money and tell you exactly what I think of it. And I can do that when I buy it. I'm not paid for the video. It's just a great feeling. And so I really do appreciate when you click on those product links down below, it takes you to the site, Walmart or Amazon. The product won't cost you anymore, but I will get a small commission from the sale. It is a way of helping support my channel. I really, really do appreciate everybody's help and support. And again, if there's a product you would like to see me review, leave it in the comments down below. I try to look at the comments at least every day or every couple days. So again, thank you so much. If you could, please like and subscribe, and thanks again.